to 18th chapter. So let us sit straight. Take a deep breath. Let us bring our mind in the present moment by letting go all the past regrets, future anxieties, present tensions. This verse is going to come now in the 3rd chapter. Past, present, future. Let us keep our body still. And let us chant loudly so that all our lingering thoughts vanish. As many times our thoughts don't listen to us. They come unasked. So when we do chanting loudly, these lingering thoughts, weak thoughts run away. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om. Gajananam bhutaganaadisevitam kapithajambu falasarabhakshitam umasutam shokavinashakaranam namami vikneshwara padapankajam. Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhir me sada. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्
Vasudev.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम.
Hari Om. Thank you, Manisha. So, last week we saw 18th chapter live with Swamiji. We didn't hand the class. And Swamiji has not completed the chapter, so we are going to have one more year of balance verses. So those who missed this time can attend next year. And we are doing the summary of Bhagavad Gita chapter wise. So in chapter 1, we saw confusion in our role, goal, duty due to identity crisis. So symptoms and diagnosis is very clearly done. Chapter 2, Lord has given two clear medicines, self-knowledge and secret of action, Karma Yoga. Both are important, and this is a very important point, so we have to keep reminding. As Arjun got confused whether these two paths are different, Lord told no, these two paths are in one line. We have to use all the opportunities, what we get, job, business, family, to practice the Karma Yoga, and that is why we are put into different situations. So Karma Yoga is the third chapter we are doing summary, where we saw what is karma definition. Before that, we also saw what is not karma. This karma definition we must by heart, where it says that action done by body, action done by mind, action done by intellect. All three is action. Plus, what is my intention, motive, and the third, a sense of doership. This is karma. Based on this, we saw 8 principles of karmas, 7 types of karmas. We saw the difference between karma bhogi and karma yogi. The karma bhogi, Lord calls a hypocrite. Then we also asked one important question, that why do we do actions, all of us? And we saw many reasons, right from power, fame, pleasure, money, to making a difference, happiness. Then we also saw what is not Karma Yoga. And then now we are on the topic of what is Karma Yoga. And we have 14 pointers, types of actions to practice. When we practice these 14 actions, then Karma Yoga will be happening. And what are those actions? We saw almost 80%. Today 2 are remaining. Uniting actions, it must unite my body, mind, intellect. We must ask this question, very important. Whatever I'm doing, is it in line with whatever I'm feeling? Is it in line with whatever I'm thinking? Is it in line with who I'm being? Second, dedicated actions, that actions whether I'm doing for only family. Like if you ask people, why are you working for family? Family says, no, this person is working only for business and job, because he doesn't give time for family. So there is a confusion. So second is dedicated action, whom I am doing action for. It must be dedicated to a higher cause. Third, what is the purpose of doing action? Intermediate goal-oriented action we saw. Peace of mind must be our goal. This is, according to me, extremely important point to remember. That why am I doing action? Why I created family? Why I'm doing job? Why I'm doing business? After doing so many things, still I don't find peace because my goal is not peace of mind. And I have somewhere got attached to the process what I'm involved into, job, family, business. Because the ultimate goal of every action is peace of mind will lead to peace of self, happiness, joy. Then very important point which Lord repeats throughout Bhagavad Gita and emphasizes is focus only on your obligatory duties. Ask all the time question. One question, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Because we forget what is my duty. What is my duty towards myself, my body, my mind, my family. Is this the duty? Sometimes duty gets over, but still I think that is a duty. How to find out duty? We saw 5 pointers. What is the station I am at? Whether I am a retired person, whether I am now just in the last phase of sannyas ashram where I need to practice letting go, or I am into grihastha ashram, or I am into brahmacharya, learning ashram. What is my role in that situation? What is the situation right now, and what is my specific relationship in that situation? And what is the universal human values I need to display even though I am not related to that situation? These universal human values, Lord is going to take in further chapters in detail. The next is liberating actions. We saw action must liberate us, not bind us. I must internally discover freedom while doing action. Not that it is done out of burden, boredom, compulsion, forced social pressures. Then next we saw is loving action. Every action, I think those who attended the Bhagavad Gita by Swami Advaitanandji, I saw him discussing this topic quite a bit in the 18th chapter, summarizing that many people say, no, I don't have time for spirituality, I got it late. No. He says that suppose we replace actions with flowers. That was a very beautiful simile, analogy. Every action I must replace with a flower, and with this flower I must do aradhana. No, I don't have time to do japa, puja, and I don't have time to read all this scripture. This is a common complaint because I'm not thinking about it. Our scripture doesn't give any space for any excuse. That Lord says in 18th chapter, there is no validity in what you're talking about, no times for spirituality. If you feel that, then listen to this, that make every action as a flower which I am offering as aradhana to the Lord. So every action can be made beautiful. And that's also the significance of why we offer flowers, because flowers are fragrant, flowers are pure, flowers are so beautiful. So we must make our actions fragrant, beautiful, pure, and an offer to whatever work we are doing, whether it is family, job, business, social work. So loving actions, we saw that. Next we saw as selfless and smart actions. We must be contributing more and consuming less. I must ask one question in all relationships, whether I'm consuming only, I'm taking, and what am I giving? What am I giving back to this relationship? What am I giving back to this organization? What am I giving back to the world? Because this is going to be the today's topic, and Lord is coming very, very hard on this particular topic. That those people who are only consuming and taking, he says that you are eating sin. To that level, Lord is going to go and say, no, but I am a good person, but what am I contributing? What am I sharing? What am I giving? So I must ask this question again from morning to evening, what am I giving? To, can ask family, job, business, world, situation, building, society. Many people live in the society, but they are not part of the society. They take all the advantage of being in a society, but what am I giving back to the society? Detached action, last session we saw in detail. Because this topic again and again, Lord says that do your action but remain detached. What are the different secrets of being detached and doing the action? Detached efficiency is one of the values we must practice. Swadharma based action, I must not copy others. I must not pretend who I am not. This is very important because pretension creates tension, pressure. I must be normal person. Grounded. And I must act as per my swadharma, as per my temperament. What is not my temperament, I must not try to copy. Then next we saw instrumental action, which is extremely important. We are getting into more subtler aspects. Instrumental means I must try to overcome my doership. One tip what Lord has given is that always tell yourself that I am just an instrument. If that is not very easy for me, then the next one what Lord is saying is extremely important, where Lord has invested almost 10 to 12 verses. That you act in yajna spirit, be a team player. And those who have worked in this on yajna which got concluded last week, we saw how easy and how difficult it is to work in a team. Because jamta nahi hai logon ke saath. I can't get along with people. I cannot work in a team. I want to work alone. I just don't agree with people's opinions, beliefs. I get so frustrated, irritated when things happen against my wish. And that is what Lord is saying is that is the reason I'm telling you, and that you must work in a team. Family is a team. And those people who do not learn from scriptures, then they are put in a family where most people in the family are having exactly opposite likes, dislikes than me. Then it is going to be difficult because I can't leave them. This one question people ask, but what to do, how to deal with difficult people. But first of all, I must say why I have been put by the Lord in this situation, because I am not a good team player. I am not adjusting. But all the time I should not tolerate. No, it is not about tolerance. It is about acceptance. Accepting people as they are and accepting people as they are not. The second sentence is important. So what is yajna spirit? Bhagavan says there must be sacrifice. This is another very interesting, deeper topic. That what am I sacrificing to gain something? There must be spirit of sacrifice, there must be spirit of service, there must be spirit of cooperation, there must be spirit of sharing, there must be spirit of nourishing, and this must be done for a higher noble goal. That is the yajna spirit. This is what we saw till now. Definitely Arjun is going to ask one question, not directly here, but Bhagavan, why are you emphasizing so much on yajna spirit? Because you are investing 10, 15 verses on this. Why is that? Lord is giving us one very interesting topic here, which is called as a wheel of action. He's saying is that even I created entire universe with sacrifice, with spirit of cooperation and sharing, and those who do not follow, what will be the cons of it? Lord is going to say, and those who follow this wheel of action, this is another interesting topic to be discussed today. Then what will happen to them? What is the result they will get? So we will start with that. So what is that? Universal law abiding action. That is the next topic. And this is a very interesting topic where we understand there is a sequence Lord has given. Annat bhavanti bhutani. So what is that? wheel of action Lord is talking about, which is in cyclical, and we must not break that cycle individually. And those who break, Lord is giving extremely hard punishments to them, because that is what he mentioned. Sometimes he comes very hard on certain topics. So that time we must understand that this topic is important. So Lord is saying is that this entire universe works in a cyclical way, and this entire universe works in a particular fashion. And I'm going to tell you what is that particular key thing where this universe was created, and you must follow it because you are part of nature. So when we observe nature, we see that nature has its own laws. Those who have studied physics, chemistry, biology, finance, any topic, first of all, we are taught laws. There are laws of 5 elements. There are 5 elements which are there, and these 5 elements are there in the body and universe. There are laws of solar system. There are laws of atomic theory. In chemistry, there are laws of motions in physics. So everything is perfect and precise, and everything is moving as per the law. This is an important point, because this is where Lord says, Yada Yadai Dharmasya. When this law is broken, then I come strong and then punish that particular person, and that can only happen not universally but individually also. So whenever we do not follow body laws, we fall sick. Whenever we do not follow relationship laws, the relationships are laws. Whenever we do not follow success laws, we do not get success. There are financial laws. Suppose we follow financial law, we'll get finance. Only human being is given the freedom. Human being takes, consumes, and exploits. So that is the reason why Lord is saying is that in this entire universe, 2 things you note. Everything works with laws, and everything is law driven. So there has to be a lawmaker. And second, only one entity is being given choice of breaking those laws. Otherwise, no entity can break the law. Plants, animals, mineral world, even Devalok, they cannot break the laws. Whatever laws are there, they are to be followed. Only human beings is given that particular choice, and that's the reason only human being can come out of certain bondages. Tiger, common example, every time we can give, tiger will never eat grass even if it is dying. A cow will never eat mutton or chicken even if it is dying. Whether it is mating, whether it is eating, whether it is sleeping, whether it is all the patterns and behavioral patterns, what all entities shows are predictable. Only human being is unpredictable. Guruji gives one joke here. There was one pot party arranged by him. A pot party means each one has to bring something. No, here also there are people who are very intelligent. They will wait till the last, till all items are over, and then they will select an item where there is minimal sacrifice, minimal efforts. So there was a pot party, and then everybody said, I will bring, we can say now a lot of things. I'll bring dosa, I will bring idli, I will bring chutney, I will bring sambar, I will bring rice, I will bring chapati, I will bring. So people said, I will bring this. One person was waiting, and then everybody's turn got over. All people were looking at him. What will you bring? He told, all items are now done. I will bring my family. I will bring my family to eat. Because you are getting everything. No, there has to be some more people to eat also. This is Guruji's joke saying that, sometimes we act very mean, and we want to reduce our efforts, and we don't want to sacrifice. So that is not yajna spirit. Also, this topic, we think it is a very small topic. This topic comes in Prashnopanishad also, where Upanishad level also, this topic comes where they say that our body works in a team spirit. And then there is argument, and the breath comes and says that if I leave the body, what will you do? And then they realize that no, we all have to work together. And that's one of the laws we have to follow, that we cannot put more pressure only on legs, only on hand, only on brain, only on mind, only on our head, only on our eyes. We have to give them rest, and all of them function together. So what is the wheel now? We have to pay attention. That's the reason the jokes come before the important topic. This is Gurudev's strategy or Guruji's strategy, that when people laugh with a particular joke, their mouth is open, and when their mouth is open, put the important concept. So what is the main important topic here? What is the sequence? That all beings come from food. So this is very easily understood, not much of confusion, because if I stop eating food, I will perish. Then food comes from rain. That is also very clearly understood, because if it doesn't rain, then there is no food. Today we just have tea, coffee. Every time whenever you are eating something, we must remember that so easily we are getting to eat, but there are 100, 200 elements have worked before this cup of tea has come before me. Somebody has grown up in Assam, or many people have collected, and then rain has to be there. There has to be universal laws. There has to be people who have worked, and somebody has manufactured, distributor, retailer, Swiggy. We have to go and buy. And then if I calculate how many things are required, it takes so much of effort and time to get one cup of tea. But everything comes from rain, because that is where the main sequence is coming. All beings come from food. Food comes from rain. Till this we understand. Immediately next Lord saying, rain comes from yajna. Yajna means not the yajna what we know of putting some kind of wood and fire. Yajna means Lord is saying is that everyone sacrifices oneself, and then we get rain. How? Because there is law of radiation. The sunlight is giving its light, then the water is giving its water, the ocean gives its water, evaporation. There is law of condensation. All this water is collected on the top, and then law of gravitation. Water comes down exactly at a particular time, 10th June. Rain comes mostly in Kerala. So all these things have happened because one gives oneself to the universe, and then things starts happening. So that is the yajna spirit. All of these entities in the nature are doing their duty without making any noise. The ocean gives its own water. Ocean doesn't say, no, it is my water, why should I give? So all entities in the nature, and we are part of the nature, that we must remind myself all the time. No, but I am a unique person. Everybody wants to be unique. Lord says, no, everybody is same for me. You are only given one element what is unique, and you have to make right choice of, right use of that. That is the choice. And that's the reason we saw when in ladder of fall, the last thing what Lord says, that you will perish if you are not exercising the right choice. And right choice is used by the buddhi. And that's the reason my buddhi must be clear. It must not be overwhelmed with emotions. It must not be confused by whether to do right, whether to do this, whether to do that. And for that, I must know what should be my duty. And next, Lord says that Brahmaji also, while creating, created this principle of sharing, of spirit of yajna, spirit of sharing, spirit of sacrifice. Another meaning which some of the scriptures give is this: Brahmaji is the Vedas. So all this creation comes through the Vedas. Vedic knowledge, we understand this. And this Vedic knowledge comes from imperishable supreme. That is the Brahman. That is the highest. Now the last two parts, sometimes we are not able to connect to this. So again, we will see all the beings come from food. That is very clear. All the food comes from rain. That is very clear. The rain comes from all the entities which work in cooperation, spirit of sharing, spirit of sacrifice. Just to for the rain comes, sun is doing his job, ocean is doing his job, wind is doing his job. And that is why, because that is how Brahmaji has created this universe, that this universe must be working in harmony. And while creating the universe, or after creating the universe, he has given a manual. Like when we get a new iPhone, new model or anything, the manual comes. That manual is the Vedas. So Vedas, Vedic knowledge emphasizes of we working in a niche, in a spirit of sacrifice, spirit of sharing, spirit of cooperation, and being a part of nature. Now today people say about environmental, friendliness, and we must do for nature. This is there in Bhagavad Gita since long, that we have to take care of the nature. We just cannot exploit it. And it all comes from imperishable supreme. So from imperishable, perishable comes. From the highest, all these things can come, and I am part of it. And that's the reason I must work in harmony with everything, whatever is around me. I must not criticize anything what is around me, anybody, because I am not created it. Brahmaji has created it. After the yajna, some of us had gone to the restaurant. That was we normally miss. After, in the pandemic, we started online. But before that, after every Sunday morning class, some of us used to go for breakfast in Saroj. So when we ordered some of the food, Dr. Narayan, who had come from Pune, he just mentioned in 30 seconds something, we must remember it, because we ordered a lot of foods, and when we order food or when there is air condition, there is so much of conflict. Somebody wants lot of AC and somebody doesn't want AC. This is a common conflict going on most of the time. No, it is very cold. Somebody says, no, it is very hot. Similarly, when we order food for somebody, it is spicy, somebody it is sweet, somebody it is salty, somebody sad. So doctor mentioned, when we were discussing for 1 minute, he told, when we order food, we should not discuss before the food how the food is. We must not say that this sambar is very spicy, because we have only ordered that sambar. We have only ordered the food. So before the food, we must not, tell that this is spicy, this is this thing, this is rajasic, because the food is listening. We only have ordered and we only discuss. Those who do not eat, they will say this is very rajasic. That is very spicy. That is very meetha. Why we should not discuss before food when we ordered? We must ask one question to ourselves, that when we are invited to somebody's place and somebody says, you are very short-tempered. Similarly, we are telling food that you are very chilly. Nobody likes to be judged and, told in front of others, how am I? Same thing with food, that much of subtlety we have in our Shastra. So what are the pros and cons of following and not following this wheel of action? This wheel of action is very important. And because of this wheel of action, all this nature and all this solar system and universe is going on. Our Earth is 4.5 billion years old. And there are many, many solar systems, many, many galaxies in this space. Sometimes we must keep quiet and just look at the galaxies and see, and then how small we are. And we are just small part of the nature. And suppose human beings disappear from this planet, the nature will flourish. Because human beings don't contribute much to the planet's prosperity, but they say if earthworms or frogs disappear, slowly the food will not be created, because earthworm plays a very important role. So in the creation point of view, human being is very, very negligible. And that's the reason Lord is again reminding us that don't try to give over significance to yourself. And that is one of the benefit of being in a team and working in a team, because teamwork is one of the best place to work on our ego. Those people who are having a lot of ego and lot of self-significance do get irritated, frustrated with small things happening in the team with different people's behavior. That means that is that space I must be maximum spending time if I am a spiritual seeker. Because the easiest way is to escape. No, I don't want to work on. I don't want to go into that particular place, but I must test myself. No, I want to work with difficult boss, difficult people, and see how much peace of mind I can have while in the action, because that is why this Karma Yoga, again and again, Lord is going to say this throughout entire 18 chapters. He will give self-knowledge, immediately followed by what is to be done in the situation. How to act, develop these values, develop these qualities. So what are the pros and cons? As this topic is important, Lord is giving very, very interesting results, promising that if you follow this wheel of action and all this Karma Yoga, here and now you will be prosperous and you can fulfill all our desires. This is very important because in our Vedas, 80-90% is Karma Kanda. 80-90% about action discussion is there. Only 10 to 20, 15% Upanishadic Vedanta comes, self-knowledge. So if I act in team spirit, the family will be happy. If I act in team spirit, the job and business, there will be happiness. And where there is happiness, there is prosperity. Where there are excellent relationships, things get happy. Things are done faster. My ego will be dissolved. I will not be bound to actions and I will be attaining the highest good, Lord is saying. And even he's giving one proof to Arjun, because Arjun is one person who will ask, Bhagavan, give me proof. He said even Janakji attained highest just by focusing on Karma Yoga, by working in team spirit. So, conclusion of all these things, what we discuss is that I must learn, practice to be a good team player. A good team player becomes a good team leader. Now, why we are discussing team leader? Because next topic, Lord is going to say as team leader. No, but we are going to see that in the next topic, because people might say, no, but I am not a leader. Lord is going to say that you are a leader. Everybody on this planet is a leader. That we will see in the next verse and next slide. 10 verses. Lord is investing on being a team player and a leader. These two things. Cons, and this is where I think, like those who read Bhagavad Gita or spiritual seekers, they feel Lord is very hard on this. He says, if you do not follow this wheel of action, if you are not doing spirit of sacrifice, spirit of sharing, spirit of cooperation, spirit of giving more than consuming, then you are only rejoicing in only in your senses. You are a very small, mean person. You are living and eating sin. This is like too hard. You are living a sinful life, and not only is satisfied with that, he says you are a thief. Who is a thief? Who takes other people's things from them and then enjoys. He says you are also doing, you are taking it from nature. No, but I am a good person. No, then after reading Karma Yoga, we understand that I am a thief only. That I am taking many things but giving very less. Lord is saying you are a thief. You will be destroying the wheel of action, and whenever the wheel of action is destroyed, because Lord is sitting inside, so from inside he will come. He says, I will come and punish. And that is the meaning of yada yada hi dharmasya also. Not that there is universal yada yada dharma glani will happen. No. If one person is not also following this wheel of action, I will come from within and I will put you in a situation where you will have to go through certain things. So these are pros and cons of not following the wheel of action. And wheel of action is one of the part of Karma Yoga, where all other types of actions, what we saw. So, my dear Arjun, you perform this action with the yajna spirit. And for you, it is very important again, because you are a king, you are a leader, you are a general. You have a large followership. You are standing here in the army, Kurukshetra, and now you are saying you want to run away. Think about all those people who are standing behind you. They are watching. You are a leader. So next topic, what Lord is saying is about leadership. What is leadership? No, but I am not a leader. I am just a small housewife. I am just a retired person. I don't want people to follow. There is nobody following you. No. Lord says, no. We are going to see what Guruji also gives, that everybody is being watched by others. People are watching us. Even Guruji goes to that extent and saying, even that is written in the next slide, but I remember now. 7-year-old sister is followed by her 5-year-old brother. I think this everybody knows. We had neighbors, now they have shifted somewhere else, but whenever there is a small sister or brother, they will not follow their parents as much as they will follow what exactly my brother, sister does. I will do exactly same. So nobody can escape by saying, no, but I am not a leader, so this particular topic is not applied to me. We have to remember, number one, God is watching us and He is saying that you are a leader because I am watching you. I am following you. Who is a leader? Who is a follower? God is saying that I am the follower of you. You have to be a leader. You are my leader. People are watching you. Family members are watching you. Neighbors are watching you. Society is watching you. So I am a leader. So nobody can say, next topic, I am going to have a cup of tea and I'm not interested in the next topic in the Karma Yoga because everybody is a leader. So the last topic what Lord is taking in the 14 action is leading action. So we saw all these actions. We'll revise it later on. Yadyada charita shrestha tatta deve taro jana. As the great people do, people follow. As the mother does, father does, children will do exactly the same way. They will take the mobile phone. Exactly the same way they will sit on the sofa as mother, father are sitting. So no, we cannot say again that no, nobody is following. Our children are following us. Our relatives are following us. Society is following us. People do not follow what we say. People follow our actions. What actions I am doing. So whatever actions great persons perform, common people follow. That is number one rule Lord is given in this 21st verse. So we have to be very careful how I'm talking, how I'm behaving, how I'm walking, how I'm sitting, what am I doing. But no, nobody is interested in me. No, people watch us. Every moment we are being watched. Even we are alone, then God is watching us. And God is inviting here and telling that you become aware of your actions because you are a leader, because people follow you. Whatever standards great person set, all world follows. That is the second meaning in the 21st verse. So we must have the standards. The teacher is followed by the students, the parents are followed by the children. In the office, definitely we know the managers, general managers, CEOs are followed by their own people. The culture in the organization is the replica or hands and legs of the top person who is sitting on the chair. That's the reason we can see in different organizations, different cultures coming up because the top person dictates or drives the culture by one's own actions. So this we saw that no one can say that I am not a great person, so I am not a leader. I have no followers, so I am not a leader. I am not keen that I must become a leader. That also one excuse. I don't want anybody to follow me. So this topic is not for me. Lord says, no. You have to become careful of how you talk, how you walk, what you say in what situation, because this is called as Karma Yoga. Every person is looking up to someone. Everyone is looked up to by someone. So two questions that there are some people who are watching me. Even if one person is watching me, I must be not tensed, but I must be aware that, yeah, this person will follow me. And who I look up to follow. We must have a role model to follow that I want to copy this person. No, but I don't want to copy any person. That is not true. Psychologically, we are, or physiologically, or from DNA point of view, we have come up from monkeys. And psychologically, imitation is one of the psychological truth. We love to imitate. So we must have one role model quickly to remember that, okay, what would Gurudev do in this situation? What would Buddha do in this situation? What would Swami Vivekananda do in this situation? Whether Vivekananda, Guruji, Gurudev, Swami Vivekananda, they will talk in this way, they will sit in this way, they will conduct in this way. No, they will do this way. Then I must follow it. Because that gives me a parameter, and that becomes one of the good parameters to actually drive. China has become so prosperous because maybe they don't create a lot of things, but they imitate so well. Human beings learn more by seeing than hearing. So people see us, people watch us. So again, we must remember this, that we are not living in isolation. Even I am alone staying at home. God is watching, there are neighbors watching, there are bhajiwala watching, there is a grain store watching, security guard watching. So I must ask this question, who is my ideal role model inspiration? And even though I think I am not great, there are people who are watching us. So what is leadership? Leadership is important and followership is also important. Both have great responsibility. That is what Lord is saying here, that become responsible, become aware that I must perform actions in a particular way where people want to follow me. Why should people follow a leader? That is also an important question to ask those who are into leadership position. They have to follow me, or they want to follow me is an important question. Or they are motivated to follow me, or they are inspired to follow me. So what is leadership? Quickly. Ramdas Swami has said in his text, Bole taisa chale tachi vandavi paule. So one tip Ramdas Swami has given many tips, but Bole taisa chale tachi vandavi paule. Paule means for one who action and words there is minimal gap, follow that particular person. One who says something and does the same thing. One who says that I will come at 7 o'clock at home, I must be 7 o'clock at home. Even if 3-year-old child is there, I will bring chocolate to you, I must bring chocolate to you. Not that I must give excuses that I was busy in office and this meeting and that meeting. And otherwise, don't give the word, because 3-year-old child understands one truth, though the child is unable to express that it is not important to keep one's word. And that's the reason we have entire Ramayana only on word. Once the word comes out of Ram's mouth, once they say even the arrow will not hit, but the word will manifest. So leadership quality is that minimal gap between word action. Set example by my own action. I must not agree or be convinced only by hearsay. I must practice it and say. There are many people who talk about diet, health. I must first of all check myself that whether I am following any diet or whether I am really putting efforts to be healthy. Then only people will listen to some talks from me about diet, health. Otherwise, everybody just reads WhatsApp and talks about diet and starts advising other people. So lead by example. This is a very important thing. I must not depend on WhatsApp knowledge and then start bombarding that on people. At least I must practice one thing for 6 months to 1 year. Just by telling others, you must not eat rice at night. You must not eat chapati at night. You must eat one grain. But have you followed anything? Because then the words will carry weight. We have seen this example many times. It is shared in all people's name, Vivekananda or Mahatma Gandhi, that one mother came to Swami Vivekananda and said that my boy eats a lot of sweets. Please advise him something because he will listen to you. He said, you come after 1 month. After 1 month, they both came. He said, you come after 1 month. After 2 months, come after 1 month. You can increase, decrease. After 3 months, Swami Vivekananda told, okay, my dear child, don't eat chocolates. It will spoil your teeth. It is not too many of them are not good for your health. The boy reduced. Then the mother asked, why didn't you tell him in the first day? He told, I myself was eating a lot of sweets. What right I have to tell other person, then do this, do this, do this. Very interestingly, if you, one research I came, 50% of the doctors are unfit. Who knows so much about one's own body? I am not following. I am overweight. So, leadership quality, I must follow. I must speak where I am following it, of it something. Preaching without practicing doesn't work. Gurudev, one person wrote to Gurudev, Gurudev, nobody comes to my speeches. Nobody comes to my discourses. Only few people come. He says, if you do a lot of meditation, you practice a lot of things, then people will come, because even tape recorders now today can give a lot of discourses. So walking our talking, walk your talk. Gurudev himself, being a realized person, doesn't want to do japa, doesn't need to do japa and puja, but he himself used to do japa before us. We have seen those who have watched Gurudev, and we always used to wonder why he needs to japa. God is taking his name. Why he has to take God's name, but for us, just to say, okay, we have to do. So practice. Being a role model by cultured behavior. Sachin Tendulkar was one asked that how come you are so humble and how come you are always grounded? He told that I have not read many books, but I have learned maximum things from my father just by watching him. Not that my father told me many things. So this is another myth what we have to destroy, that children will get bored if I give them a lot of advices. If your child asks you sometime that what is one habit what you have overcome in the last 10 years, you tell me, then you have a right to advise me. No, but what is my bad habit? Children can give us 5 bad habits what we are having. So Sachin Tendulkar told that my father didn't give me, or never used to give me many advices, but seeing him so humble, I just picked up that quality from my father. Set standard by noble high parameters: vision, achievements, credibility. If Narayan Murthy comes and talks about something about IT and some business, we will listen. Suppose I go and talk about cricket, nobody is going to listen to me. Next, unattached service leadership, we must learn from Hanumanji and Bharatji. For Hanumanji and Bharatji, service became their cause. And so much of power and so much of, when Sri Ramji and Lakshmanji were out for 14 years, one important point we missed, that there was no attack on that particular country where Bharatji and Shatrughna was there. They protected that particular thing, and we think, no, but there were so many Rajyas around who were just eyeing on that particular, because these wars used to happen so often. So the power both of them got from service leadership. Today, if we pick up book on leadership, they first of all talk about whether what are you serving, whether you're serving the organization or you're serving a cause. They say serving a cause brings about the best qualities of leadership. So what is the cause I'm working on? Or I'm just doing some family work and I'm just doing some job from morning to evening. What is the cause? So service the cause is a very important mantra what Lord is giving. Do not unsettle the mind of ignorant who are attached to actions and results to inaction. This again, Lord has given specific 2 verses on this particular thing, is that we must not tell people. There are many spiritual sadhaks who learn about Maya and this, aap kya leke aaye the, aap kya leke jayenge, without knowing Karma Yoga. Swamiji himself told that this sentence is not Karma Yoga because we come loaded and we have to exhaust our vasanas. So we must not unsettle other people's mind by saying that, God will take care, everything is Maya, you only, or just take Vairagya, give up family life, give up job, give up business, become spiritual, do meditation. No. Lord himself tells in Bhagavad Gita, There is a verse for this, that do not unsettle ignorant people's mind. Let them be attached to actions. Ensure that their action becomes brilliant, inspired, and producing something. First of all, tamas has to become rajas, rajas has to become sattva, and then the transcendence happens. What is the use of doing all these kind of things, what you're doing in the job and business? Little bit of spiritual knowledge, we start criticizing corporate people. We start criticizing people who are very ambitious and achieving something, people who are creating wealth. What am I doing? Just by getting some spiritual knowledge, Lord himself is warning us, do not unsettle people's mind. Do not try to unsettle them from action to inaction. There is a process to go from action to inaction. Without self-knowledge, it is not going to happen. And just to tell people that, you are all very rajasic, you are after all these things, what are you going to get? No. Lord says, never do that, because you are a leader. Do not unsettle ignorant people's mind. Let them have come to Shastra, let them have a dialogue, and then slowly it will happen for themselves. So we should not unsettle people's mind who are into karma. Maybe they are doing wrong karma. We must shifting them from wrong karma to good karma. But suddenly telling them to meditate, suddenly telling them about vairagya, suddenly telling them to withdraw, suddenly telling them to become dispassionate, and suddenly telling them that there is no meaning in this particular life, etc., is not appropriate. Lord is saying, divert them to noble ideal with devotion, shift from tamas to rajas and then to sattva. Very, 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 very important point. And that's the reason people don't come to spiritual scriptures, because those who listen to spiritual scriptures without understanding try to tell their youth or children something else which is not told by Lord himself. Lord says there is a process. You follow the process, what I'm telling. Shift the person from tamas to rajas. From rajas to sattva, it will take time. Slowly it will happen. After telling 14 types of actions of Karma Yoga and all these things, Arjun is going to ask one question which we will see next time, which is our question. Bhagavan, it is very nice to listen. All these things I understood. Very, very nice. I bioted all 14. I know Karma Yoga, I know Karma Bhog, I know everything Karma. But Bhagavan, why it is difficult to follow? Why it is difficult to follow Karma Yoga? It is very easy to listen, very nice to give discourse. Why it is very difficult to follow? That is question of Arjun. Very, very important question. Our own question, because we think that I have understood everything, so I am following. No, there is a lot of gap between knowledge and action. And then Lord is going to give him two solutions, that what are the obstacles and who are the enemies of following this. And that is where the conclusion of chapter happens. Such a beautiful practical chapter. So next 2024 is going to be 108th birth and centenary of Puja Gurudev. So we are going to do every zone.
Birth
anniversary of Puja Gurudev. So we are going to do 108 Paduka Pujas every zone. So on 25th of June, we have to learn how to do Paduka Puja. And Swami Swatmanandji is going to take a session. So it is very interesting, very simple, very inspiring. I would invite all of you to learn how to do this, because we must be at the feet. Our last breath, when it happens, we must just have one prayer in the mind, that keep me at your feet. But that is the prayer we must have. And that Paduka Puja in our Shastra has very, very high significance. But how to do it, we are going to learn. If you are unable to come, but you are interested, we will see how it can be done. And with that, we will complete. Manisha will send the details. You can just see those who can register, or those who want to learn online. We will see if there is a possibility. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.